Catholic priests in Washington may face jail time because of a new law that requires them to break the seal of confession, a law which they say they're not going to abide by. According to this law, signed by the governor of Washington in May, failing to report certain confessions to law enforcement could lead to 1 year in prison or a $5,000 fine. However, the Archdiocese of Seattle responded by saying priests may not violate the seal or they will be excommunicated. And the Bishop of Spokane said priests would rather go to jail. Now, some non Catholic Christians have voiced support for this law, saying that priests should report certain confessions to law enforcement, especially if they involve abuse. However, let's think about this for a second. The purpose of confession is to deliver forgiveness of sins. It was instituted by Christ in John chapter 20, verses 21 through 23. Now, let's say somebody goes to a priest and confesses something illegal that they have done. Though, yes, we would like to see justice for the victims of this person, and we would like for this person to be out of the public and unable to perpetuate his violence on any other victims. Requiring a priest to go to law enforcement with these confessions is not only going to keep people from actually going to confession in the first place for these kinds of things, meaning they won't be caught anyways, but it's also going to keep them from receiving the forgiveness that Christ has earned for them on the cross. Meaning not only are they not receiving justice from law enforcement, because they're not going to confession in the first place, but they are also not receiving forgiveness for their sins, which means their soul is still in danger. So not only is it not having the positive impact that it seeks to have, but it is also having a negative impact in preventing people from receiving the forgiveness of their sins and thus endangering their souls. However, for people who do live in the state of Washington and are concerned about your confessions, please rest assured that the bishops and the priests in this state have vowed to resist this law, and they're actually suing the state to have it overturned. The seal of confession will not be broken in this state, and you can go to confession knowing that. So please do not neglect to go to confession. The Catholic Church has faced enemies much larger and more powerful and more vicious than the state of Washington and survived, so it's not as though this is going to be any different. But what do you think? Should these confessions be divulged to law enforcement? Why or why not? God bless.